to jump into the Week 7 matchup led by the Panty Dropper here in London as the Los Angeles Rams are taking on the New York Giants. Nasty versus Eli, and it's raining, bro. Aaron Donald's got to find a way to get pressure on Eli Manning if we want to win this game. Now, honestly, the most surprising part about this team has been the Los Angeles Rams defense. Forcing turnovers in the rain, in the sun, does not matter. Now, Toke Nasty here with Todd Gurley still not being back to play has the chance to beat Michael Vick's rushing record here today with a rushing touchdown. The #1 overall draft pick will lead this team to the playoffs. They will win the division, and hopefully we can win the Super Bowl as well. As we're going to go ahead and look for my man Cunningham out of the backfield, coming up the catch. We're in the red zone. I love the Rams' options of uniforms. Right now we got the throwback tops, the throwback helmets, but we've got the Color Rush pants and the Color Rush socks on, and it looks absolutely amazing, dude. I think these are probably my favorite uniforms so far, going right back to the running back Cunningham, who's going to get a ton of work while Todd Gurley is injured, and it's a touchdown Rams. Flag on the play, though, looking like holding on the offense. Ultimately, penalties will hurt any single NFL team, man, especially when you're playing on All Madden. Got to go ahead and look for the tight end right there. Kendricks has been reliable all season long. This is a completely different #1 than you saw the last time he played in the rain. He's 3 for 3 so far, 4-yard line, first and goal here in London. Listen to the fans here in London as we're going to go ahead, looking now, firing, and that is Todd Gurley's going to be out for 4 weeks now. He's been out for 2 weeks so far. He should be back just in time as we make our playoff push. Second and goal. My man, number 34, dropping a wide open touchdown. Shame on you, bro. I'm going right back to him. Maybe he can come up with it that time. And we're going to get his confidence up. That's a touchdown. Rams. Now, can Eli Manning lead this team down the field with the best defense in the game right now? The Los Angeles Rams, Odell Beckham is going to be someone that we're going to have to keep our eye on, man. If Odell Beckham can get hot with Victor Cruz as well, this Giants offense can definitely be a problem as they're taking the ball right down into the red zone, and it's going to go ahead and be a touchdown Giants. Now, usually every Sunday, guys, we talk about football. I spend the entire day watching football. I try to give you guys all the insight that I thought of. This week, I wasn't able to watch as much football as I wanted. Now, I know the Raiders played the Jaguars, and a lot of hype was around the Jaguars before the NFL season started. But an interesting fact that a lot of you guys might not know is that the Raiders are 4-0 on the road this year. All 4 wins coming in the East Coast. Very, very impressive. I have to say it, dude. Now, we're going to be playing as Quick's going to drop the wide open first down. Now, we're going to be playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next week. I'm actually going to the game, so if any of you guys are going, let me know, man. I'll buy you a beer. I'll buy you a hot dog. Hit your boy up. But I'm really interested to see how it's going to plan out, because then after next week, we play 2 nationally televised games, one against the Denver Broncos and the second one against the Houston Texans. So it's going to be real interesting to see how that plans out over the course of the next 3 weeks of the NFL season. Now, the game we're actually playing in did happen in London, and the Giants defense played phenomenal as the Giants did beat the Los Angeles Rams. I'm still like the Rams hype train. I think that they can go ahead and make a push late into the season. They're going to have to start winning, and they're going to have to start winning now. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see that I gave some recognition to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are looking like they're about to do exactly what they did last year, bro. Go on a crazy winning streak halfway through the season, and come week 14, they're tied for first place in the AFC West. Now, the AFC West is crazy, bro. I mean, San Diego is the best 3-4 team football's ever seen. I mean, that is facts right there. You've got the Chiefs, you got the Broncos, you got the Raiders. It's going to be real interesting to see how everything plans out for that division. Now, I feel like Drew Brees and the Saints, man, they have an explosive offense. They just can't seem to find a way to win. They've got banged up corners left and right, dude. I really thought that the Saints were going to win that game, but the Chiefs, man, Spencer Ware, dude, is just an amazing all-around football player. Now, one of the biggest surprises, I feel like, for a lot of people were the Vikings against the Eagles. 2 really good defenses. Sam Bradford going back, playing against the Philadelphia Eagles. I thought for sure that the Vikings would make a statement in that game, but Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles pulled away. I find it really fun funny for the Colts versus the Titans, man. Colts ended up winning. Now, I was really big like a couple weeks ago on FanDuel with Jack Doyle, and he like shit the bed, dude. Played like his worst game he ever played all season long. And every game since then, my man Jack Doyle is showing out. Kind of funny. Now, the running back for the Dolphins falls into a class with like Ricky Williams, O.J. Simpson, I think Jim Brown, as being like one of the only players in NFL history to have back-to-back 200-yard rushing games. That is insane. I don't think anyone saw that coming, especially against the Bills defense, who I thought, and I still think, is a top 5 defense in the league. Now, Redskins versus Lions, I did get a chance to watch the game. I saw Marvin Jones had a big catch, but from what I'm seeing, Josh Norman was hurt, and I hope nothing but a good recovery for Josh Norman. Football needs Josh Norman on Sundays. Gonna have to settle for 3 points onto the 2-minute warning of the first half as the Rams are leading the Giants 10-7. Eli Manning is not messing around with this explosive offense moving down the field, and they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna turn it over. Rams defense once again led by Aaron Donald, making plays. Now, a game that I was watching back and forth with the Raiders was the Cleveland Browns versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I actually saw the Hail Mary catch by A.J. Green going into half. Unbelievable, bro. A.J. Green had a tremendous game, and the Browns are 0-7. Now, I was looking at a prediction. They are now 70% to have the number 1 overall draft pick. It's a 16% chance that they go 0-16. Now, I do think they will get a W, but, I mean, those are just stats that are surfacing as Austin's making a football move. Now, the Baltimore Ravens lost to the New York Jets, and it seems like the Ravens are falling apart. Steve Smith was out. I mean, Perriman, they've got great wide receivers. They got a good defense, and they've just been losing. I think they've lost like 3 or 4 in a row. I could be wrong. But after starting undefeated, they can't seem to find a win. Now, we got some crazy games left to talk about. Falcons, Chargers, man. Chargers got the W. I definitely didn't understand why the Falcons head coach on 3rd down went with a QB sneak with Matt Ryan, a big physical quarterback. He got pushed back. Once again, they didn't get the first down. They called a timeout. They didn't know whether they were going to go for it or they weren't going to go for it. They decide to go for it, and they do a halfback dive with Devontae Freeman ultimately not getting the first down and losing the game. Now, Julio Jones had a field day. He was wide open. He was getting tons of catches right there. Nasty's going to deliver a dime, and Quick can't hang on. Going to have to settle for 3. I mean, there were so many opportunities I felt that the Falcons had to win, and they just couldn't. Melvin Gordon is proving to everyone that he's an elite running back in the NFL, man. Definitely a high-powered running back, and I just could not believe that the Falcons lost that game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been on a little bit of a hot streak, too. They go into San Francisco, they get the W. Jacquizz Rodgers, with all the running backs being hurt in Tampa Bay, Rodgers is definitely carrying that team as far as running. Mike Evans is a deep threat. He makes plays after plays after plays. I like Mike Evans a ton. I think he's a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL right now. Now, I think a game everyone was excited for before Big Ben got hurt against Miami was the Patriots versus the Steelers. I truly believe if Big Ben played that game, the Steelers would have won. It would have been close, but I truly believe as Cunningham runs over DRC, and that is a Rams touchdown. Bam! Get rocked, baby. 40-yard truck stick. And it's the Rams lead here in London. Lining up here, going for 2. I'm going right back to Cunningham, trying to earn a starting spot while Todd Gurley is injured. Nasty's going to take it himself. Nasty's going to roll. Nasty's going to score 2-point conversion. Do a little dance, big dog. Eli Manning is definitely now in a difficult situation, down by 14. Still plenty of time left in the game. He's got to go down the field and score, and we're going to force him to punt us the football. I was rooting for the Denver Broncos to lose to the Houston Texans. They proved why they're one of the best teams in the NFL, dude. Defense, offense, everything was working for them, and they walked away with an easy victory against the Texans as Kendricks down the sidelines, big game. The yards after catch that these wide receivers and tight ends are getting are phenomenal. We went from 90 yards passing to almost 300. Just like that, we're not taking deep shots down the field, but these Rams receivers are just making the Giants look like a pee-wee football team. Touchdown, Rams! The last and final game before we really get into the gameplay was the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. All I can say is wow. All I can say is wow. That look on Pete Carroll's face was insane. How do these kickers miss all those field goals to win the game? I couldn't believe it. I felt like it was rigged, but ultimately, that was one of the craziest football games I ever watched. Here we go. I got to get this rushing touchdown, bro. It's a must. I want to tie Michael Vick's rushing record, and we got to get into the end zone to do it. 266 yards passing for the #1 overall draft pick. Let's see what he's going to do here, man. Just simple dinks and donks for the #1 draft pick, bro, and it's really, really working. Now, I know everyone's favorite team couldn't win on Sunday, but I hope the majority of everyone's did. Let me know down below, bro. I want to know right now who you got in the Super Bowl, NFC, AFC. I want documentation in the comment section. Let yourself be heard, and we'll come back and look at this once the Super Bowl comes. See who was right. Yo, this Rams defense is the real deal. At this point, I'm chucking one deep, bro. Everything is going. Nasty just slipped in the end zone. It's looking like, though, unless the Giants pull off a miracle, that the Rams are going to become 6-1 here to start the season and might be the best team in the NFL. Now, I haven't looked at any of the other teams' records, and I think I'll do that either after today's game or next week, just to give you guys a heads up of how the season's really starting to pan out. Nasty's really feeling it, finding Thomas over the middle into the red zone once again. Here we go, continuing to pass the football, finding Austin wide open, exposing DRC. Rams came to play in London. Well, that's going to be the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed. The Rams coming away victorious here in London. Now, next week, we'll go ahead. We'll look at the stats of all the players. We'll look at defenses, and we'll look at overall records. But I'm really willing to say that I think the Rams might have the best defense in the game right now. Gonna be 6-1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like.
Goddamn, I am the player of the year. Man, that MVP go envy me like haters disappear. Houdini, who winning in that Lamborghini? Can't you see me popping bottles, popping genies, getting fat in that bikini? Showstopper, penny dropping, can't nobody stop the king. Got ladies throw their curves, knock 'em out like a boxing ring. The hot shit, I am the greatest. Better yet, the latest at the game. And the last one you'll remember, make 'em fire like November. I'm just heating up like dinner, bring the fire like a cinnamon fried in December. Leave 'em trying to remember the name. It's so nasty, but haters in my lane, that is Mr. Toe Passing a match.